I'm ready to start. The question is always where to start. And since, as we know from the calendar, to prepare for Rosh Hashanah you need 30 days. To prepare for Yom Kippur you need 40 days. To prepare for Sukkot is 45. And Simchas Torah, if I did the arithmetic correctly, is about 52. Everything needs preparation. Same thing if you need preparation for Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, etc. You need preparation for Kabbalah Satira. We're in the period we're trying to prepare for Kabbalah Satira. And a person should get a little bit better, a little bit closer, have a clearer understanding, more awareness, more perception of what the coming attractions are. So being that we're counting the Yomer, I might take a Shlah. The Shlah says, he quotes, Zetelas Yaakov, tells you where, V'da. What should a person know when he's counting the Yomer? If it's Chesed, if it's Gvura, if it's Teferes, etc. Listen good, rabbis, it's a Shlah. Shlah quotes it to Las Yaakov. It's in the Shlah. Ki kamay sheba Rosh Hashanah, Ratz HaKodesh Baruch Hu, Lashgiach, V'lidrosh, Master B'nei Adam HaKodesh Baruch Hu on Rosh Hashanah. Checks everybody's resume, goes over everybody's CV on Rosh Hashanah. K'yoyim Abriya, it's a day of creation, the first day of creation. As we say, Hayim Haras Oila. That's when the world was created, that's when man was created. K'may shetiknu laima, Zayom Tchilas Masech, you say in davening, in Musaf of Rosh Hashanah, Zayom Tchilas Masech, it's the first day, step one, day one. And he says, and we're going according to the Mandama, there's a discrepancy in Rosh Hashanah when the world was created. But Al Kapana, that's what Rosh Hashanah is. A person is judged, Rosh Hashanah, a person is judged on Gashmias for the coming year. What's Rosh Hashanah? Shavuos? Shavuos, a person's judged on spirituality. If a person wants to know where this year is going to take him, where he's going to end up, next Shavuos, time to prepare is now. Just like Geshem, physicality, Gashmias, money, etc. is judged on Rosh Hashanah, Ruchnis is judged Shavuos. That's what Shavuos is, Yom Adin. Yom Adin for Ruchnis. But you see, you got to prepare. Even, Mitzvah Hashem, if there's a minyan, we'll probably daven mincha after the shir. Just like before a person says Shmona Esrei, every day by mincha. You can't just jump into Shmona Esrei. HaKodesh Baruch Hu puts Ashrei before Shmona Esrei. A person should realize what you're about to do. Realize what you're about to do. Like I heard recently, somebody once came to speak to the Chafetz Chaim. And whatever issues he had, a lot of issues. He stood right behind the Chafetz Chaim. When the Chafetz Chaim said Ashrei, Chafetz Chaim said, Toiv, Hashem, Lakoil. And he touched it. God is good to everybody. Simple. Rachamav, Hakol Masov. He has pity, he has mercy on everything, on all his creations, on all his creatures, on everything that's going around in the world. Okay, so he davened Shmona Esrei, I mean, that gave him a boost of energy. Chafetz Chaim, whatever, they walked over to each other. Chafetz Chaim went to greet the man. And Chafetz Chaim says to him, tells him, whatever, you get down to business. Chafetz Chaim says to him, what can I do for you? You solved all my problems. A person would hear once the Chafetz Chaim say, Toiv Hashem Lakoich. First thing a person, and he's good to everybody. It's just how you look at it. And even since we started Rosh Hashanah, I'll tell you not about on Rosh Hashanah. Machlekes in the Gemara, if a person is judged every day, and even if a person is judged on Rosh Hashanah, he's also judged every day. What's the explanation that a person's judged every day? How are you going to deal? A person could have the same thing. They say the story about a water carrier. What was the story with the water carrier? Water carrier, they had to go up on the cold winter days in Poland. Whatever. Snow, hail, ice, etc. Oh, it's so hard to schlep the water. Gotta go up 4 flights of stairs, and they don't pay me, and it's slippery. Aye. The next day, same scenario, same bad weather. He goes, trucks up to the 4th floor without the elevator. Elevator broke. HaKodesh. It's so good. Baruch Hashem, I can walk up the steps. Baruch Hashem, as an older man in my 60s, I could carry the buckets of water. No, if they don't pay me today, they'll pay me by the end of the week. Says Myridic, the same things could happen 2 days in a row. What does it mean a person's judged every day? A person's judged how he's going to deal with all the stuff around him. You'd have 2 exact same days. One day, wow, it's great, I can walk, I'm healthy. Same occurrences. That's why the person's judged every day. On Shavuos, a person's judged how much ruchnis he's going to have. Simple. How he's going to understand Baba Kama, Baba Mitzvah, how he's going to understand brachas, how he's going to understand Mishnayos, Kachim, Tyrus, whatever it is. How many Chidushim he's going to say. It's all Shavuos. And this is the preparation. And you say, if the people say, somebody asked me Trusanta Shaila about tefillin. Since it was about Erev Pesach time, I said, I'll tell you what I told him. He says, Rabbi, put on tefillin every day. There's no feeling. I do it, but I do it. But there's no excitement. I said, look at the Hiratza and you say, before you put on tefillin. If a person says the Hiratza, and it's part of Shulchan Aruch as well, we'll leave alone the Shulchan Aruch. The Shabbat Tavash and Machshavais Libeinu, all my thoughts in my heart should be Meshubit to you. So if a person says that before he puts on tefillin, and he straightens out the tefillin over here or on his head, and he thinks a little bit, what am I doing here? I'm davening to Hashem when I put on tefillin, when I kiss the tefillin, whenever it is, before you put them on. And Ashrei, we'll leave it alone for now. HaKodesh, think you're wearing tefillin. You have Hashem's autograph in your hand. You have what Hashem told Moshe Rabbeinu. I've seen that. If it wasn't directly the Aseres HaDibros, he still told him I've seen that. It's part of Torah. That's what Shavuos is about. Realize that HaKodesh Baruch Hu gave the Torah. And more than that. And more than that. Since we're speaking about the Achana for Torah, I'll tell you more. Chafetz Chaim said this. It's b'shem of Avram Avram the Get said that. He lived in the time of the Vilna Gaon. But the Chafetz Chaim said it, reliable enough that we could say it over. When HaKodesh Baruch Hu came to all the nations in the world, this is Nachana for Shavuos. He came to all the nations of the world, Chafetz Chaim said. There were people in every nation. Let's go Turkey, let's go Arabia, let's go India, it doesn't make a difference. And Hashem asked them, do you want the Torah? It wasn't 100% of the people said they don't want the Torah. Maybe 98, 99. But since democracy was invented before the bell got cracked in Philadelphia, they had that piece of paper that's a little bit, maybe worn out, maybe not. But anyway, 99% said no. Whatever the numbers are doesn't make a difference. You go after a majority, nobody accepted it. Chafetz Chaim said, all the people that become Gerim, listen good, Rabbi said, all the people that become Gerim are the ones they said, when God asked every nation, I wanted Torah, but he was outvoted. If he's outvoted 99-1, he's not getting the Torah. So when he comes back, he can become a ger. There's more to the word, but suffice it for right now. We'll tell you this part of the word. So a ger, a person has the schus to become a ger. From back in the day when God said, who wants the Torah? He came. He comes now, whatever it is. And more than that. So if a person has to prepare for Torah, and a person's going to be judged on Torah, just give you a few instances. There's no specific order here. But since we spoke about Gerim, we'll tell you what it says about Rus. The Navi says, Rus says, it's in Rus. Everybody knows the story of Rus. We'll just get to the point that she tells her to go back. Naomi tells her daughter-in-law to go back. What are you waiting for? The game's over. She lost her husband. She lost her husband. Okay, the first one. Rus's sister goes back. She likes the palace in Buckingham. She goes back. She has this. She has that. And Rus don't want to go back. Rashi says over there, Kevan shenasna daita l'sgayer. As soon as Rus made up her mind, she's a shiksa. She didn't do anything. She made up her mind to become a Jewish woman. She's equal to Naomi. Lo and behold, she didn't do anything yet. She didn't learn. She didn't do anything. Period. She didn't do anything. Nikuda. And the sentence. She didn't do anything yet. Why is she equal to Naomi? How is she equated? How is a shiksa from the palace equal to a Bas Yisrael? What did she do? When did this metamorphosis take place? As soon as the person makes up his mind. As soon as Hashem sees that a person wants whatever you want. If you want spirituality, he'll prove it to you. If a person wants spirituality, he's got to make up his mind. He's got to make up his mind. He's got to want to become holy, like the pasuk says. Kedoshim tiyu, hakol hadas b'nei Yisrael. Whoa! This guy's on 48 level of Tumah. His partner's on 49 level of Tumah. HaKodesh says today, even on level 50, he can come back to Yiddishkeit. He can do tshuva. Before the Torah is given a separate Shmooz. After Kabbalah is a Torah, a person could be on level 50 and do tshuva, no problem. So whatever a person's holding, a person can make up your mind. Make up your mind. Tell HaKodesh Baruch Hu you want. And if you're sincere in what you say, in how you try, a shiksa is equal to a Jewish girl. Soon we'll see. We'll see an interesting Gemara. Everybody knows the story about Reish Lakish. Reish Lakish was number 1 on the 10 most wanted list. And one day Rabbi Yochanan was swimming in the Yarden, i.e. Jordan. I don't know if he had a diving board, Reish Lakish or not, but he just jumped, kept on going. He would have won a gold medal had he been in that time frame. Rabbi Yochanan sees his abilities, his jumping, his acrobatics in the air, whatever you want. Make up your own scenario. All of the above are true. Rabbi Yochanan tells him, Chelech l'reisa, your strength, etc. It's for Torah. And Reish Lakish being one of the 10 most wanted men, probably the top of the list. How does he answer Rabbi Yochanan? You got to understand, Reish Lakish wasn't the biggest tzaddik at this point in time. Reish Lakish tells him, your beauty is for women. Talk to Rabbi Yochanan. I tell you all the time, the Gemara says in Avodah Zarah, Av Yudam and Beis, the smallest person in the Gemara could revive the dead. So Rabbi Yochanan for sure could revive the dead. Make no mistake about it like this. I don't even know if he snap his fingers, he could just think. Yes, a mason finished without snapping his fingers, etc. That's what Rabbi Yochanan said. Your beauty is for women. Rabbi Yochanan. You have to know how to talk to everybody, Rabbi said. When you're talking to people, it doesn't make a difference where they're from. You gotta know what to say. So Rabbi Yochanan tell him. He's talking to him. Rabbi Yochanan tells him, my sister is more beautiful than me. If they knew this in Hollywood, they'd be making a few pennies. Baruch Hashem, they don't know. Don't tell it to Spielberg either. But they knew this. Wow, what a story. Wow, he went swimming. It's mind-boggling. Okay. The Gemara says he accepted. Mishwakish, whatever. He'll ask me about the L'Shem Shemayim. We'll discuss it another time. What was Rabbi Yochanan's case, and we have a text for that too. But right now, Mishwakish wanted to jump like he jumped before. He's powerless. I have the Lashon Rashi over here. Rashi says, V'lai matzi litfoitzka b'rishayna. He couldn't jump like he jumped, like he dove into the pool, the lake, whatever. Why? What happened? He didn't eat spinach that day. Meshikibel olive oil Torah. As soon as he accepted the yoke, he didn't learn yet. He's the most wanted man. He found haven in the water with Rabbi Yochanan. So the Rashi says, Meshikibel olive oil Torah tashash keicha. Became weak. That's life. That's how it works. That's how it works. She's equal to Naomi Rus, and he just became weak. The yoke, the Torah, it's a yoke, Rabbi said. Don't think it's easy. But I heard from my Mashgiach Zechreinu Livracha. Mashgiach Zatzal said, Amar de Gevard, if Tashash Kaichai, the Torah weakens you, it's also going to give you strength. So a person shouldn't think he's losing by staying up late at night. You're not losing. Rabbi said, we once said Pshat, person makes a bracha every morning. Hanoisen la yo'ev kayach. It's good you didn't ask me how to write the bracha, because I would say, Hanoisen kayach, God gives strength. And that's not what the bracha says. The bracha says, Hanoisen la yo'ev kayach. Who does Hashem give strength to? Hashem gives strength to somebody that's tired. Yoav means tired. From what? What's he tired from? He's tired from learning Torah late at night. He gets up early, and I can testify. Not today. We're going back a few years. I'll go upon the days when I went to sleep later, I would wake up earlier and be rejuvenated with less sleep. HaKodesh Baruch Hu put it into the Bria. HaKodesh Baruch Hu put it into the creation. You do, you try to do, you want to do, you show Hashem you're doing the best of your ability. Who says you need X hours? Maybe you need X minus 1 or minus 2 hours and you'll function better. Who says? You show HaKodesh Baruch Hu you want. And I'll prove it to you. So Mardik Gemara at the beginning of Brachas. Ravuna Takifulei Abba Medina the Chamra. Ravuna 400 barrels of wine turned to vinegar. Olagabe, Rav Yehuda, whatever, gives you his yichus over here. And what did he say? What did he say over here? He said, look what happened to me. 400 barrels of wine turned to vinegar. It was expensive wine. So the rabbi answered him, Rav Yehuda rather, answered him. Why don't he answer him? Check your ways. Check your ways. I don't know. But check your ways. He says to him, did you ever do anything wrong? So, Rav Hudi says, am I suspect in your eyes? Oh, I did something wrong. I'm the Rosh Yeshiva, I'm the Gadol Ador. I got the biggest yeshiva in Klal Yisrael. You think I did something wrong? The Gemara wasn't afraid to say the truth. You know what they answered, Rav Huna? Is God suspect in your eyes that you didn't do something wrong? Does God just randomly do things? Hey, the Gemara is emes. The Torah is emes. The Torah, the Gemara, the sages don't mince their words. So then he decides, Rav Huna says, yeah, you know what I did wrong? My work is, I didn't pay him. I mean, you didn't pay your workers. They come late, they leave early, on certain days, on Thursdays, whatever week it is, whatever month it is, maybe they don't show up. I don't know. I'll go upon them. They answer, Rav Huna, Rabbi Yid, you gotta pay them. You gotta pay them. Not your cheshbon to make if your worker doesn't come on time. You gotta pay. The Gemara says over here, Kabil Nalai, I accept to pay him when I didn't pay him. Listen to what the Gemara says. We're talking about wine. We're talking about vinegar. We're talking about a person that didn't pay his workers. We're talking about one of the sages in the Gemara that he could revive the dead. That's what the Gemara says. Didn't pay him. As soon as he accepted, I'm going to pay. Whatever you say, Kvod Rav, I'm paying. There's a question, what happened? Did the vinegar turn back into wine? One shot. Vikadamri. An alternative explanation that vinegar sold for the price of wine. Whatever's a bigger miracle, you can look at the Ben Yoda and tell you, is this a bigger miracle that vinegar should turn to wine? Or that vinegar sold for the price of wine? I'm giving you the source. If you want, you can look it up. That's as far as this. Okay, one step further. This is an endless topic. The Sfas Emes says on Shavuos, Kamay shekasu Chazal, shekol hanaviyim kiblu nevuasa me'ar Sinai. You want to know what our Sinai was? All the bounty. Like I said before, with the person asking about tefillin, and you say to Yiratzon, it's the same thing with Sfiras HaOmer. If a person wants to feel something when he makes the bracha, 49 nights, whatever's left, there's at least 5 weeks left, 4 weeks left, we're not here to learn arithmetic. You say at the end of the tefillah, Alidei Zeh Yushpa Shefa Rav. There should be an abundance of bounty in all the worlds. It's a lot of world. Should be an abundance of bounty. So it says the Sfas Emes. We told you where it is, Tafrei, Shlam Hein, Shavuos. It says over there, the Nevi'im got their bounty for HaKodesh. Kach b'chol shana v'shana, mekabel kol echad mi-Yisrael, b'chag hazeh. You get on Shavuos, it's Sfas Emes. It's not only the Shlah, Masha Osid, La'avin, what he's going to understand, what he's going to comprehend in Torah. Yeah, what Shavuos is. That's what Shavuos is. Going, sitting, and judging everybody. He's judging the Sfas Emes, he's judging the Imrei Emes, he's judging the Chidush Sheirim, the Shlah's father, etc., etc. Whoever you are, you're being judged. And that's the bottom line. And that's what Rabbi Yosef said. In Gemara. Yilav HaYoima. If not for this day, if not for what day? The day of Kabbalah Satira. Listen good, Rabbi said. Rabbi Yosef, he was blind. But what did Rabbi Yosef have in this world? The Yontif of Shavuos, Yilav HaYoima. Kame Yosef Ika B'Shuka. How many Joes? Yosef is Joe, Joseph. How many Joes were there walking in the street? If you look right in Rashi, because of this day I became elevated. What makes a Jew different? The Jew has two eyes, the guy has two eyes. The Jew, Bez Hashem, has two hands. The guy, what's the difference? The Torah elevates a person. You become different. For the Moradik of Art, when they had the Bayless trial, it's Kedai to hear. At the Bayless trial, his defense attorney, if one's allowed to use that word, his lawyer, whatever word you want to use, was a man Shapir from Lublin. The whole world came to the trial. He had CBS, NBC, Fox, called Israel, or maybe called Palestine. I don't know what you had, but whatever you had, etc. The Jews shechted him. Why? Who was Bayless? Bayless owned a lot of wood. He had a lot of forest, and in Russia they liked him very much. He paid all his taxes. Everybody was happy with him. But for Shteitzach, whenever a Jew gets very successful, the guy, always a guy that gets in the way. Goyim, anti-Semites, call him whatever you want. The guy in the way. What'd they do? They framed him. In one of his forests, they found the guy who killed the guy. This is a guy. The guy who killed the guy. Listen good, what I say. The guy who killed the guy. And whatever. Whatever. Oh, we don't have to tell you the court system when it goes against the Jews. The first thing, okay, they spoke. The man Shapiro gets up and says, listen good, you learn Torah. This is Torah. It's the most Torah you can learn. The man Shapiro says, we don't use blood. The furthest thing that could be chayshid us with is all of these blood libels. And since we're speaking about blood, where did the blood libels come from? I'll tell you what Rabbi Chana Wasserman says. But the best Talmidim that the Chafetz Chaim had that we know about is other well-known Talmidim. Rabbi Chanan said, if I have permission, I'll say the blood libels comes from when they took Yosef's coat, his suit, whatever you want, Ksainis Pasim, and they dipped it into blood. Person wants to know where the blood libels come from. All of them throughout the ages comes from Yosef's brothers. Comes from Yosef's coat. Say it however you want to say it. All of the above are true. Al-Kopanim, we don't eat blood. Blood is abhorrent to every single Yid. Chas v'shalom. They didn't accept. And you know what he said? The man Shapir said, show you what a Yid is. A Yid that listens to the Torah. Not a Yid that doesn't listen to the Torah. A Yid that listens to the Torah. He's not this and he's not that. He said in his final argument, the Bayless case, he said, her judge, professor judge, I don't know how you address the judge, sir judge, I don't know what etiquette is. You'll forgive me. You know. He says, Mr. Judge, you live in a building, or you live on the block if you live in a one-family mansion. Your next door neighbor, you know, if you live in Judge's Row, probably also a judge, a lawyer, whatever. When his kid was sick, did you visit him in the hospital? No. When your next door neighbor's friend's wife died, did you pay a shiva call? Did you console him? No. If a woman gives birth in your neighborhood, for the new mother or the new baby, no. I gave a few more examples. Time doesn't permit to run through. In my ghetto over here, there's a gemach for, how do you say arbus in English? Everybody knows what arbus is. There's a gemach for arbus if your kid is born 4 or 5 o'clock Friday and you're making a shalom zacha. That night, you can get arbus, you can get beer, whatever you need. You can get whatever you need. Arbus, beer, chairs, table. Whatever the scenarios are. Do you have that in your world? You don't have that in your world. The judge didn't know what to say. But us Jews, there's a gemach for this, a gemach for tefillin, a gemach for talis, there's a gemach for pillow, there's a gemach if you're making a pig in a bed, you're redeeming your firstborn son, there's a silver platter. I don't know how much it costs. A nice big piece of silver. Cost a few pennies. You can borrow it. What? And you think we need the blood? You think we use the blood? The judge said, okay, Rabbi, you win. He was freed with that argument. There's an intrinsic difference between a yid, I say it better. Even not from a yid. I once heard from a Michal, not in the Shmooz in the car, come and go from the Shmooz. The Michal Zilba doesn't make a difference. I once said in the Shmooz, there was once a plane was having troubles, turbulence, whatever you want to call it. And the guy, is there a doctor on board? Okay, 3 doctors come, whatever. 10 minutes after they made the announcement, 2 doctors come. Okay. The guy that made the announcement says, I know you guys are Jewish. Clean shaven like my daughter-in-law's. My daughter's clean shaven. How do you know? So the 2 doctors asked him, how do you know we're Jewish? Because only a Jew does chesed. It's unbelievable. Then where are it from? A Jew's different. A Jew's different. A Jew's different. Torah makes you different. That's what a person's preparing for. Kol hadas b'nei Yisrael, every single Jew is shaykh to become a little bit more holy. If holy means coming to minyan 1 minute earlier tomorrow than you did today, that's kedusha. Whatever it is, I don't got to give examples, 1,000,001 examples. Not here to give you examples. Everybody, wherever he's holding, could do something, get a little bit closer to HaKodesh Baruch Hu. You could learn. They asked me, some Talmidei Chachamim asked me when they had that accident on the road to Bnei Brak on the bus, 6 people, Rahman al-Islam, were killed, whatever happened. They said, what can I do? The people that sit and learn 12, 14 hours a day, ask what could they do? You can't tell them to get up a half hour early, because it's going to last maybe 1 day. You can't tell them to go to sleep a half hour later, because maybe it's going to last 1 day. What do you tell them? What do you tell a Talmud Chacham, 32, 33, 34, whatever the exact number is irrelevant. Says Rabbi, Rabbi, what can I do for the dear departed souls of the people who just got Shmooz Islam killed? Says Rabbi, in simple advice. No, I don't want you to get up earlier. No, I don't want you to go to sleep later. But every person, even if he's the God Ladar, could find 1 more minute of learning time. 1 minute. If a minute's too much, take 59 seconds. Whatever it is, a little more. You don't want to learn another minute, you can't. Make a shakel near b'dvar with kavod. Once a day. And when your person says shakel near b'dvar, what does it mean? I'll tell you what I once heard. I heard many times. I think most people here drink coffee. Coffee is bitter. Sugar is sweet. Water is hot. Milk is cold. When you stir it together, hot to cold, the bitter to sweet, whatever Hashem throws at you, shahakol, or everything, it's all in Allah. That's about the shahakol. There's a custom in certain places that when they get up from Shiva, they get up from their state of mourning, they drink a l'chaim. Because what happens, it shouldn't happen. Pilamovas l'netzach. Now. But what happens, a family sits Shiva, Why did you call the doctor? Why did you go to this doctor? Why did you do it? Everybody has a reason why that person could have still been alive. The time was up. So there's no time's up. Time's up, time's up. I mean, I can tell you 50 stories. When the time is up, it's up. Part of the preparation, part of holiness is knowing what Hashem throws in your way, in your lap, on your road, your blockages, your whatever you want to call it, the bumps, the hurdles, you have to cross. Accept it as Kedusha. Kedusha, become a little bit more holy. Become a little bit more aware of Kaddish Baruch. Kaddish Baruch is pulling over the street. And if we do what we're supposed to, I can go on and on. I have at least 10 more proofs about this Indian, about preparation. But maybe Mitzvah Hashem another time we'll continue where we left off. The bottom line is Hashem should give everybody a siyata d'shmaya, a little bit better. A minute a day a person doesn't realize what it is if he learns another minute. And if 10 people learn another minute and they're in yeshiva 5 days a week, it's another 50 minutes. It adds up. It adds up. And that's what a person has to realize. Hashem should give everybody siyata d'shmaya to prepare properly for Yom Tov. Now we're being judged on Yom Tov. And a little bit. One Asher Yatzar a day with Kavanah changes you. One Shakal Mir B'Dvar changes you. One more minute of Torah changes you. One more time having Kavanah when you say the first bracha in Shmon Esrei. Any bracha in Shmon Esrei. Have Kavanah. If we do what we're supposed to do, I'm sure Hashem will give us mucho Torah, mucho Torah. We should go on to do what we're supposed to do. Thank you for coming and thank you for listening.